I go back to September 11th, 2001. Terrible day in American history. 3,000 people were killed. Most of them were your age. They were living very large. They were working in an exciting city. They were making a lot of money. And they thought they were going to live forever. Okay? Didn't happen. Didn't happen. And it created all kinds of problems. It created all kinds of problems because of the nature of the attack, the nature of how they were killed. It was terrible. And obviously, in most cases, there was a family that was left behind. And this family was put into a difficult position. Yeah, those people that were killed probably had hundreds of thousands of dollars in their 401k plans. Probably had more than that because they were making a lot of money. They were doing well. Most of them worked in some way, shape, or form in the World Trade Center, in the financial industry, so they probably were well invested in other areas as well. The problem is because of the nature of the attacks, most of those people were not able to be declared to be dead for many, many, many months after that. Many, many months. And so their survivors were put in a position that even though their household wealth was a substantial amount of money, in many cases, because remember a 401k or an IRA is an individual account. It has beneficiaries, but the beneficiaries don't kick in until the owner of that account has died and can be proven to be dead. So these people couldn't access this money. And they had lost their income. There was no income coming in anymore, obviously. And it put them into a terrible, terrible, difficult financial situation it was just more pain on top of the pain that was already there. Had they done some simple things about estate planning, they would have been able to avoid this. But again, they were young. They thought they were invincible. And it was a shame that they weren't able to think in advance about the inevitable. So what did they need? What should they have done? What should they have done? Well, they should have had in place a financial power of attorney, for one thing. Probably should have had in place a medical health power of attorney as well. But they should have had a financial power of attorney that would have given their spouse or a designated person the authority to act on their behalf in the appropriate circumstances. They probably should have had some type of estate planning document in place, be it a will, more likely, again, a living trust that identifies where their assets go and is done in a different way. These are simple things to do. Creating a power of attorney is a simple thing to do. But you are hesitant to do with it because why? You're addressing your own mortality. And you need to look beyond that for the benefit of those that survive you. So I would just, again, a power of attorney is almost a cookie cutter document. You can go online, download a power of attorney, and follow the steps to put it into place. When it's done, you bring a copy of it to the credit union so that you don't have to go through a lot of other things if that is needed. So you want to make sure they have that on file in advance. Do it with an employer, a manager of an investment account, other things like that. Get that into the hands of the people beforehand, not afterwards, because again, it's just going to be another brick on your load if you wait to try to do it, and there's going to be a big time lag involved with that as well. So you need to have that in place, okay? I really mean that sincerely. It's one of the things that has haunted me in many ways since that terrible day about the families that were put through so much more pain because they didn't plan that simple little step.